Hi everyone, my name is Jana Henke and I'm currently finishing my MBA at Florida State University. Before coming to FSU, I attended Cal State LA, where I earned my psychology degree while competing as a Division II volleyball player. After that, I transferred to Florida State to challenge myself at the Division I level and continue growing both academically and athletically. When I first started graduate GEB, I honestly thought it would mainly focus on finding a job after graduation, but instead I realized it was much more than that. Throughout the past 3 semesters, the course helped me think about who I want to become as a professional, how I present myself to others, and how I can prepare for life after volleyball. Now I'm beginning my professional volleyball career, but I also know athletics won't last forever. My long term goal is to work in marketing, branding, or consumer behavior, and I truly believe many of the lessons from this course will help me in both careers. Today, I'd like to share the 5 biggest takeaways I'll carry with me long after graduation. The first lesson I learned is that communication is much more than simply speaking well. It's about understanding your audience, listening, asking good questions, presenting ideas clearly, and building trust with the people around you. One thing I really appreciated about the GEB courses was that we constantly practiced our communication skills instead of just talking about it. And whether it was recording discussions or giving presentation, participating in class conversations, or reflecting on our experiences, every assignment pushed me a little further outside of my comfort zone. And as an international student, it was very beneficial for me to really get out of that comfort zone. So I get used to speaking English and also giving my ideas to peers who may have better English skills. So it was really helpful. The second lesson is that networking isn't about collecting business cards or adding hundreds of people on LinkedIn. It's about building genuine relationships. Throughout graduate GEB, we worked on LinkedIn, adding career fairs, connected with recruiters, and learned how to introduce ourselves professionally. Also, we connected with a lot of peers in our program, and it was very helpful because we built meaningful friendships. And those activities showed me that opportunities often come from the relationships you build over time rather than from submitting applications online. The third takeaway is that everyone has a personal brand, whether they intentionally build one or not. Before GEB, I mostly thought about my resume when applying for jobs, but this course helped me understand that employees see much more than a resume. They see your LinkedIn profile, how you communicate, how you interact with others, your professionalism, and the reputation you build over time. Working on my LinkedIn profile, elevator pitch, resume, and interview skills helped me think much more intentionally about how I present myself. The fourth lesson is adaptability. My coach always said, champions have to adjust. And I think that quote is very relating to my life as I had to transition from a different country to the United States and from a different undergraduate background to the MBA. But I think that has taught me a lot that champions have to adapt. And in order to be successful, you have to be willing for change. You have to be willing to step out of your comfort zone. And GB really helped me to find my confidence, but also feel comfortable to communicate with others, even though English is not my first language and even though my undergraduate degree was psychology. So I think that helped me a lot. My final takeaway is that graduation is not the finish line. Professional development is something we continued throughout our entire careers. And one thing I appreciated about graduate GP is that it constantly encouraged us to reflect on our strengths, identify areas for improvement, and think about where we want to be in the future instead of only focusing on the next assignment. This course reminded me that success isn't about reaching one destination, it's about continuously improving. Looking back over the past 3 semesters, this graduate course has helped me find myself in business, what I want to become as a business figure, but also as a professional, how I want to present myself, what I want to achieve, but also ways that I can go to get to my goals. And I think this course was way more than just practicing interviews or practicing how to present yourself at career fairs. It was about truly understanding who you are and what you want to become. And I think it just helped me a lot in my personal experience and also for my future because the skills that I've learned and the 5 takeaways I just named helped me in my volleyball career, but also in my career after sports, in any marketing or business type role. So I'm very grateful and I can't wait to learn more in the future. Thank you so much for listening.